Hey YouTube, it's me Spotty, you're all doing great. Today we've got a full comparison of the original budget cube, the Guanlong, and a supposedly revamped budget option, the MF3, from the Cube in Classroom series. Which of these is the greater puzzle, and which one is for you? Alright, starting off with the most appealing aspect of these cubes, the price. Both can be found from anywhere between $2 and $4 depending on where you buy them, but generally they're very similar in price across almost all cube stores. But let's move on to performance, where both cubes are very similar here too. They both corner cut the same amount, corner twisting is prevalent in both, they can lock up occasionally which does hinder the overall fluidity of the solve, and all in all the performance of both is decent, but compared to other cubes nowadays, leaves a lot to be desired. The performance is probably very similar because the mechanism is two. The main bulk of the piece is identical, but the MF3 has tracks along the sides of the edges and corner pieces. As a whole though, the pieces are very blocky and simple, which is neither a good nor bad thing, but will contribute to the feeling of this cube. Despite the very similar mechanisms though, both cubes feel quite a bit different. Starting off with the MF3, this cube has a crispy, crunchy feel and turns have very little resistance, so the cube feels quite fast. The plastic also feels quite hard, especially compared to the Guanlong. So the Guanlong has a softer plastic and the feel is a more subdued, crunchy, bumpy feel. It also has a little bit more resistance to turns and feels a bit slower. Another thing to note is that when you have both cubes in your hands, you can feel a little bit more weight from the MF3. When solving though, it's not that noticeable. So let me sum it up for you and give you my final thoughts. Both of these cubes are very similar. They've got the same price tag, performance is virtually identical, the mechanisms are very similar as well, and really the only difference is the feel, so if you prefer one over the other then maybe opt for that cube. The only other thing that I can really think of is that the box of the MF3 is so much nicer, but I don't think anyone really buys a cube for its box. For me, if I had my MF3 and Guanlong sitting next to each other and I had to choose one to do a session with, I would probably pick the MF3, but that's not because I like the feel better or because the performance is better. It's purely because I wrote all over my Guanlong stickers when I was trying to learn blind solving, so the stickers on the MF3 are so much nicer. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say. This is my first attempt at a comparison, so if you have any feedback or ways that I can improve, then please let me know. But other than that, if you like this video, feel free to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to be notified of future content. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.